Welcome back to another episode of the Rise and Thrive podcast, where we dig deep into what it takes to excel in fitness, business, and in life. I'm your host, Manny Fraser, and today we're getting real with an episode that hits home for every personal trainer and fitness professional out there. Your biggest enemy is you. Now, I want you to stick with me because I know that that's a tough pill to swallow. But if you ever struggled with your own progress, felt stuck in your business, and found yourself blaming everything around you for why things aren't working out, then this episode is exactly what you need. Today, we're going to talk about what's holding you back, the failures and the finger pointing, the excuses, and ultimately how you have the power to flip the script and win. Let's kick this off by talking about failure. In the fitness industry and in life, failure is something that most people fear. But here's what you've got to understand. Failure is inevitable. It's part of the process. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose clients. You're going to mess up on a program or a sales pitch. But here's the difference between those who rise and those who fall. How you respond to failure. Most people let failure stop them in their tracks. They hit the roadblocks and suddenly they start blaming everything around them. Oh, my clients aren't motivated enough. The gym isn't giving me the right support. The industry is too saturated. There are too many trainers here. Sounds familiar? I know it does. I've been there. I get it because I used to be that person. But I realized something that changed my life. Power follows the blame finger. The more you point at others, at circumstances or situations, the more you give away your power. If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, the first step is to stop pointing fingers, stop blaming clients, stop blaming time, stop blaming anyone but you. Because the truth is, if you can't take responsibility for where you are, you can't take control over where you're going. Like, you can't control where you're going if you can't take responsibility for where you are. Okay? I'm not talking in theory here. Let me take you back to a chapter in my life that tested everything I had. Prison. I spent time locked up. And trust me, I had every excuse to give up. My surroundings weren't motivating. I had no one by my side, and it felt like the world had turned its back on me. But what did I do? I had a choice. Either let my situation define me or take ownership over my life, even in the smallest way. One thing that I knew I could control was my body, so I built a routine. 3 times a day, I'd work out. It didn't matter how I felt, how hopeless things seemed, or what everyone around me was doing. I'd push myself alone every day because that was something I could control. That's the power of taking control of your controllables. The moment you stop looking for external motivation and start generating it from within is the moment you take back your life. Your emotions dictate your motion. Let me say that again. Your emotions dictate your motion. If you let frustration, anger, blame control you, you'll stay stuck there. But if you channel those emotions into action, into positive movement, that's when change happens. And here's the thing. Time doesn't stop for you. I learned this the hard way. I went in at 24 and I came out at 28. Time did not stop. People got married. People had kids. People bought houses. The economy crashed. Things happened. BlackBerry went under. Everyone has iPhones. This all happened. Okay? Time doesn't stop. Whether you're killing it or you're failing miserably, the clock keeps ticking. Life doesn't pause just because you're feeling low or stuck. The fitness industry is fast-paced. The world is fast-paced. Your clients aren't going to wait around for you to get it together. You either adapt or you fall behind. But here's the good news. You have the power to adapt. Every failure, every setback is an opportunity to adjust, to learn, to grow. But only if you're willing to take responsibility for it. Look, I'm not saying this is easy. It's human nature to want to blame external forces when things go wrong. But the moment that you stop blaming others and take full ownership of your path is the moment you unlock your true potential. You become unstoppable when you realize that you are the only thing standing in your way. Let me break it down even further. As a personal trainer or fitness professional, you know the grind. You've seen it all. The clients who don't show up, the ones who don't follow through, the competition that feels impossible to beat. But here's the question. Are you letting those things control your success? Or are you taking control of what you can do? Because that's where the magic happens. You control how much effort you put in. You control how much you learn and grow. You control how you show up every single day, whether that's in the gym or with your clients or in your personal life. Back when I was working out in prison, it wasn't about building muscle. It was about building discipline. It was about showing up for myself, even when I didn't feel like it. And let me tell you something. Most days, I didn't feel like it. But I knew that if I can control my actions, if I could stay consistent, I was winning. And that's what I want for you. Your biggest enemy isn't the market, your clients, or your circumstances. Your biggest enemy is you. But that means you're also your biggest solution. Here's another truth. Your emotions dictate your motion. If you let your emotions run wild, if you allow fear, doubt, frustration, or anger to take over, you're going to stay stuck. You'll stop moving, but here's the thing. If you can learn to take control, to control your emotions, if you can harness them and then turn them into fuel, there's nothing that can stop you. So what's stopping you today? What's that voice in your head saying? Is it telling you that you're not good enough? That things will never change? That you'll never reach the next level? I'm here to tell you it's a lie. That voice is your enemy, and you need to silence it. The only thing standing between you and your success is your mindset. Once you change that, everything else will follow. So, to all my personal trainers, fitness coaches, and anyone else listening who's ready to take things up to the next level, this is your wake-up call. Stop blaming, stop waiting. Time isn't going to stop for you. Success isn't going to wait for you to feel ready. The only way to get there is to control today. Own your failures, own your emotions, own your actions, because once you do, you'll realize that the biggest enemy was never anything outside of you. It was always you. And the moment you understand that that is the moment you unlock the power to change everything. Thanks for tuning in to the Rise and Thrive podcast. If you're ready to stop being your own enemy and start being your own greatest asset, hit that subscribe button, share this episode, and let's keep the conversation going. Follow me on social media at The Manny Fraser and head to mannyfraser.com for more strategies on how to thrive in the fitness, business, and life. Until next time, remember, your biggest enemy is you, but you're also your greatest power. Make the choice today to take control of your life. Peace.